Hey, good morning, everybody. So, hey, I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that's going on in the market, especially some of the graded cards. Right now, a lot of stuff kind of went a little bit crazy, but I do see some things dying off, like chilling out just a little bit. Even from when I began, like getting ready to prepare this video, by the time I started to the time I actually got all my data and some of the pictures and stuff like that. Prices on certain things have dipped a little bit, some change here and there, but nothing major in that way. But also some of the items on my list here have gone up slightly a little bit, which is to be expected. Things sell multiple times daily, so kind of cool to check out the market. But first off, I wanted to, so with how hot Fusion Strike is going, I know you guys seen these knockout boxes, and they were selling them on the Pokemon Center for like $9.99. There's 2 packs in here. There's a coin. There's 3 promos. This one is specifically is the one with the Bolton, the Ice Cube, and the Galarian Sir Farfetch'd, or I think that's what you call it, Surfetch'd. Sorry, Galarian Surfetch'd. And inside these ones, they don't have the mixed materials logo here. So this is the second wave. These ones have a Fusion Strike and a Chilling Rain pack in here. The first wave, if you can find the ones with the that little mixed materials thing here, they might have the Evolving Skies and a Fusion Strike. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 different variations of this pack. There might be a third one. I'm not sure with that mixed materials, but I'm about 100% sure. Well, we can't be 100% if I'm not 99% sure that in here, like I said, is a Fusion Strike and a Chilling Rain pack. So Fusion Strike packs are going raw 788, loose, we'll say loose packs, but sleeve boosters are going for like 1090. This right here is sealed, not messed with. So this could carry a premium a little bit later over a loose pack, which is 788. And then so for like Chilling Rain, the packs are about 661 and a sleeve is about 873. So if you could find these things for what would we say here, $8.99, I mean it's $9.99, grab them for sure. But I think most places are selling these for like I think Walmart, if you could find these, they're selling them for $12.99 and some or 12, somewhere $12.68 or something like that. And then if you find these at like the Walgreens, CVS's and stuff like that, these are closer to $14.99. So you're basically gonna, at those places, you're gonna pay exactly what they're worth. But if you can find them out Walmart, it's about a couple bucks cheaper. And if you find them for the $9.99 at like Targets and stuff like that, then you're getting a really good deal because that Fusion Strike pack in there, and Chilling Rain is going up too. So these all of a sudden have become something that you could possibly pick up, for your sealed and get some good dividends off this stuff here in the future. So it's a nice little product right there with 2 packs in there, kind of like a mini tin. But anyway, let's get into this video here, and I want to start off with some of the celebration stuff going on. Let's start with the here. This is the gold Mew from the this is not from the classic collection. This is the most expensive one from just like the regular collection. This is card number 25 out of 25, and this is a PSA 10. We pulled 2 of these out of some Celebrations ETBs. One got a 9 and one got a 10. And this card here raw is about $34.81 market value, but it's selling for about $89 in a PSA 10 like this now in the month of January, just in the last couple weeks here. But back in November, December, it was selling for about $50. So it's up about 80% from just November, December to now, and I expect this to climb. I mean, look at it, it's a shiny Mew, and Mew's hot right now. Mew is super hot, and so some of his cards, I mean, I know gold cards don't seem to have that same oomph like an illustration or an alt art or anything, but this is a card right here that I think will have some gains because Celebration is starting to get expensive, starting to get hot, starting to get some traction. It's starting to move, but that's that Mew right there. Let's check out here's the Venusaur PSA 10, another one we pulled from a Celebrations, either ETB or one of those tool chests. The tool chest was really nice with the promos, but this one here, this card was always sitting pretty low, and it actually dipped when we got this back from PSA in a 10 here. It was probably selling for like $40, $45 or something like that, but we started getting some sales on this Venusaur just recently, selling for like $41 shipped and stuff like that. So I seen sales like 35 with, you know, shipping and stuff like that, which is crazy for, you know, it's such a classic card, and it's a, you know, a reprint of a classic. But yeah, so now these, some of the latest sales in January here, about $63 is the average of the last about 5 sales or so. So this one right here is also up about 54%. So that's pretty good, up 54% right there on the Venusaur from Celebrations. I'll make this quicker. The Charizards and PSA 10. I don't know. We had luck grading the cards we pulled out of Celebrations. Our Blastoise got a 9, but we got quite a few 10s out of the cards we pulled. These ones here, after we got these back from grading, they kind of seemed like they were kind of staying stagnant at about that 165 to 175 range. It just sat there the whole time. But back in November, the average sales were about 170 or so. But now the sales, the average of the last 5 sales or so is about 208. So this one's only up 22%. But you know, it should be gaining. I mean, this could be $300 soon. I mean, I know it's just kind of been sitting, and we've the Charizard fatigue and all that kind of stuff. But I think this card right here is for it not to be moving so much. I think in the last year or so, I think it's going to get some big gains, you know, coming up. Not monumental, but so probably some pretty big ones. All right. The last one I want to talk about from Celebrations is the craziest, and this is that reprint of that Gold Star Umbreon. I mean, raw, this card was sitting at like $18 for the longest time. We pulled it out of a pack, we sent it in, we got a 10, Gem Mint 10 on that one. And this card, I mean, it looks just amazing. This card is stunning, it's awesome. Umbreon is hot right now. So raw, it's about 56.45 or something like that, raw, 56.45, but in the PSA 10s, these things are selling higher than the Charizard. I think the average sale on these ones here is somewhere in the 246. The last five sold, selling for about 246 average, which is ridiculous. That's up 447% on a PSA 10. You know, the raw one going from 18 to 56 is up quite a bit, but the PSA 10s, these were selling for $45 back in November. You go look for the sold on eBay's of this card back in November, you know, 2 months ago, $45. Not even I mean, it's insane what happened to this card right here. Probably because of prismatic evolutions, but now it's selling for mid 200s in a PSA 10, and it's not stopping. I can see this card hitting 300 pretty soon. Prismatic is just, people are still just barely getting their products and ripping. So if you have any of these sitting around and you pulled some of these, just send these in for grading now, because the grading cost is starting to go up on things over $200. So might have missed the boat on getting the $15 grading. I'm not sure. Even at GameStop, you might not get that. I wanted to talk a little bit about where we at here. Let's go. You know what? Here we go. Here. Let's look at Trainer Gallery cards. Trainer Gallery and the Galarian Gallery. All those cards. A lot of the yellow border ones are super cheap. Here is a Deoxys from the Crown Zenith, the Galarian Gallery. It's like a $3.77 raw. But in the PSA 10, it's $55. $55. That increases it like 1,360% increase. You know, but if you add in the grading fee and all that kind of stuff, you know, it's going to be less. But from a raw to going raw at $3.77 to $55 is insane. It's a beautiful. Look at this artwork on this thing. This is super cool, super undervalued while it's raw. And in a PSA 10, $55. I mean, I'd go buy those in 10s. $55 is it's pretty cool, because I can see this card getting up there. I know Deoxys isn't everybody's like top of the list of top tier Pokemon, but he's pretty well liked. I think this is a good one right here. $55. I mean, that's not bad. We sent this in for grading, and when it came back, you know, it was like a $30 card, so it's up a little bit. You know, it's not up too much, but you know, went from about a $30 card to about $55 right now currently. So some of these lower end Trainer Gallery cards, there's like Snorlax, there's a Gengar, all these things. Try to find these in 10s. I mean, for super cheap right now before they start exploding, because those Trainer Galleries were always highly undervalued, and in a PSA 10 they're still highly undervalued. Let's see here. Let's go look at the Zoroark. Here's another lower end one. Zoroark is about an $18.68 card. in the PSA 10. I think they're going for about $69 now. We didn't send this one, and I actually bought my son this one for like 48 bucks back in 2023, and it kind of like dropped a little bit in price. Let's see here. So the Zoroark here, back in November, they were selling for like 35 bucks. There was some sales under 30 bucks, but after shipping it got you up over 30. But now the average of the last 5 sales is about $69. So this card's approaching 70. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but the artwork on this is actually very amazing. And I like this one a lot. This is one of my son's favorite. This is actually the first PSA 10 my son has ever got. So we didn't start buying PSA 10 cards or sending off to grading until 2023. So this was the first one I bought him, like for 48 bucks, and it dropped, but now it's about a $70 card. Anything Crown Zenith right now, I mean, if you can get these cards for super cheap, get them right now, because like Crown Zenith is popping off, and they're going to get very expensive pretty soon because the sealed products are drying up. But yeah, there's that Hisuian Zoroark and a PSA 10, beautiful card. Awesome. What else do we want to look at here? Let's look at let's look at this Mewtwo here. Let's look at the Mewtwo here. So this is a 9. I bought this 9 right here for like 70 bucks or something like that. I think back in 2023 as well. Because I didn't feel like paying like 130 or whatever a PSA 10 was going for at the time, which hindsight now, I would have really paid 130 for a PSA 10 of this, because I think the 10s are pretty high right now. I think they're in the mid 2s, maybe more. So what I wanted to talk about on this 9 here, so raw, its market value is 116.13, but the PSA 9s are selling for like 140, so like 21% above market value, which is kind of cool. Don't be scared to buy PSA 9s, because there's a lot of times there's so like the expensive cards in a PSA 9, they actually sell for higher than the raw. I know a lot of people want to get that raw and try to get a 10 or something like that, but by the time those cards are a little bit older, you're not getting a 10 candidate from somebody. You're really not. But when you buy these 9s, sometimes they cost as much as a raw. Sometimes you can even get a 9 for a little bit cheaper. But over time, I think the 9s will outperform the raw in quite a few cards. And right now, the 9 is actually outperforming the raw by 20%. So not bad. That's the Mewtwo. So let's talk about like one that's like right now. This guy's hot right now. This card went from like a mid 20s, $25 card. Earlier in the year, it did climb up into the 30s, but then it dropped back down to like, I don't know, 20 bucks or something like that. But now it's sitting around 50 something dollars right now. 50, here we go. What do we got? This one here, sitting, $54. So this guy's sitting at 54 bucks right here. And it's like in a 9 right here, in a 9, you could probably find this for less than the raw. I see the people selling 9s on this in the 40s. So you can get a 9 on this in the 40s, but when this card goes crazy and it like shoots up over 100, and in maybe a couple years or whatever, it's like a $200 card or something like that. This 9 might hold a little bit of a premium, like a 20% sell for 20% more. So if you can get it right now for less than a raw, I'd do that. This one we sent in, and man, it looks like a 10. It sucks because every single corner, there's no whitening whatsoever. It looks like a 10. The centering looks amazing, but then when you zoom in up at the top here, I think there might be a tiny little surface issue that held it back that I didn't see when I sent it in. I'd see like just a little tiny, it might be something I could wipe off too. That sucks because it looks like something that possibly could be wiped off at the top. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, this card here, I think in the future, in a 9 is going to be worth more than the raw. Just like some of the other ones that are doing that. We got the gold Giratina here. I bought this in a 9 for, I think, 70 bucks or something like that too, as well. This one I bought early 2024. I didn't buy this one I didn't buy that in 2023. I bought it in 2024 for pretty cheap. These are going now for about $206.98 raw. The PSA 9s are selling for like $215, so not much more. I mean, it's a little tiny bit more in a PSA 9, but I think in the future these PSA 9s are going to go crazy. When this card's 300 bucks, the PSA 9s are probably going to be 325. When the card's 500 bucks, the PSA 9s probably be 6. Or 550 or something like that. Don't be scared to buy the 9s. I mean, if it's in your budget and a 10 isn't, just get the 9s. I mean, we're happy with those. And this one right here, like again, did a video on this one before. I think that if I crack this slab on a good day, this will get a 10. I mean, just looking at the corners and everything, it's amazing. But yeah, I mean, it could be that the centering was, I mean, yeah, no, the centering looks amazing on this. It looks 60-40, 45-55. It looks good on this card. So I don't know how it got a 9, but it's in our hands at a 9 price. Whoever sent it probably thought they were going to get a 10, and then they had to sell it as a 9. So that's pretty good for us. But I would like to maybe in the future crack some slabs, some of my better 9s, and see if we can't get some 10s. So pretty cool. All right, let's move on to that. That was like all my sword and shield stuff I wanted to talk about today. But let's move on to some of the Scarlet and Violet. Let's go to like the 151. We're at the I like this card right here, the UPC I call it, because it comes from that UPC box that's going crazy right now. And this guy is still climbing, still going crazy. In a raw, this guy is about 32.83. It dropped a little bit from yesterday. It was at like 37 yesterday. But a PSA 10, the average of the last 5 sales on eBay are $302 for this card. But in November, it was selling for like 80 bucks. 2 months ago, it was selling for 80 bucks, and now it's selling for over 300, and that's up 278%. And I know there's a lot of people who opened a lot of those UPCs. Grade these cards. Go get these cards graded. They grade pretty easy. I mean, this one is a 10. We got another one that I want to send in that looks like it'll probably get a 10. Just, it's one of the most amazing promos from the whole Scarlet and Violet era. I mean, everybody loves Mew. Mew's hot right now. But yeah, this one's up quite a bit, over 300 bucks, which is insane. We got the Charizard in a 9. I got this card right here for about 100 bucks not too long ago. And we know this card, Charizard, Sunzard here is raw is 239.12. Some of these in PSA 9s are selling for like 270, so like about $31 over market value, or about 13% above. You know, so you're getting a 9 slab premium on some of these. So like I said, if you bought these back in the day for about the same price, the 9s are slightly outperforming the raw, just slightly, just enough to make it worth your while. So I don't be scared of the 9s. I like the 9s on these things here. It's this amazing card. That's a classic card right there. Let's look at another Charizard here in a 9. We have the raw in the Japanese, and then I bought this 9 here for 130 bucks. It just went over 200, sitting around 202.55, and the PSA 9s are selling for about 220, 225, so $18 to $23 over market, which is about 9-10% above. So not as much of a premium on this one, but beautiful card right here. And I like, you know, the slab just looks nice. If you can afford a 9, grab the 9, man. I mean, it's just amazing. Last card I want to talk about is the big heavy hitter Bubble Mew. Bubble Mew, I got this one for $96, $98 or something like that in a 9. I should have bought more. I knew that something was going on with Bubble Mew, because the market just kept anytime that the market value said like $75, I couldn't get one in an auction. I couldn't find one for that price. It kept going over. People were buying it in the 90s when the market value said like 76. So something was just telling me, you know, this card might never dip. So and it kind of just stayed under $100 for a while. But now we know where this is at. Raw, the Bubble Mew is at $330.68. PSA 9s selling as high as $370, about $40 over market, or 12%. So that's a nice PSA 9 bonus on those right there. I mean, the artwork and stuff was never my favorite, and so I wasn't sure how this guy was going to do, but super popular. Every time people ask people what's some of their favorite stuff from this era, this Bubble Mew comes up quite a bit. This Bubble Mew is like one of the most talked about, most looked for, you know, at trade shows and things. This is a card that you can invest in. If you sold some of your booster boxes and bought a bunch of these, you wouldn't do too bad at all. You'd make quite a bit of money. Bubble Mew has gone up so crazy, and I can see the PSA 10s, they're already at like $1,100. I can see the PSA 10s hitting $2,000, and I can see the raw Bubble Mews getting, you know, 6-7, being like, competing with like the Giratina, that Shinji Kondo Giratina, sitting around 600 and something bucks, man. This card right here, crazy. All right, man, that's the last of the cards I wanted to talk about. You know, like I said, don't be scared to buy PSA 9s, especially if you can get it for less than the raw or about the same price right now on some of these. Get them. Trainer gallery cards, the yellow border ones, super undervalued. Some of them are starting to see some gains, like the Mew from Crown Zenith is now as much as the Secret Pikachu, and they're about an $18 card. So we're starting to see some gains on those ones. These are the low numbered, yellow bordered, non-textured Trainer Gallery and Galarian Gallery cards. So like I said, go out and pick those up now, because they are going to explode, and the PSA 10 premium is ridiculous. You might be able to find some of those cards in PSA 10 for under $100 right now, but they're going to go crazy in the not too distant future. All right, man, have a good rest of your weekend. I'll see you on the next video. I am out.